Season 1 Reloaded for Call of Duty is coming next Wednesday, December 14th, and there's a ton of stuff in here that I don't think we were expecting. There's a lot of kind of interesting details that have just come up on the new COD blog post that I really didn't expect. So in this video, I'm going to go through everything you need to know about the Season 1 Reloaded update and just kind of give you my impressions on some of the changes. I kind of wish I hadn't just made a big video about raids because there's some more interesting information in this blog. So if you like the video, if you find it useful, don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribing, turn your notifications on. Let's get started. So first of all, there's going to be some double XP when it all goes live, but interestingly in this bit, it gives us a time. So 10 AM PT is when Season 1 Reloaded is going to go live. That's 6 PM in the UK. So Wednesday, 6 PM in the UK, that's when all of this is going to go live. It does say they're following a patch to both games, which kind of makes me think we might be getting a patch before all of the new stuff goes live, which would be absolutely incredible. If they do a preload for patches on all systems like they did for Warzone 2, that would be amazing. I really hope that's happening. They also say there's going to be patch notes with details on the technical changes, including major fixes, sometime next week. So Monday or Tuesday, we'll get some patch notes. Hopefully they've fixed the crashes. I actually didn't have any crashes today playing Spec Ops and DMZ, but that's the first day since the game came out that I haven't had a single crash. Anyway, let's get on with the other stuff. So Modern Warfare 2, first of all, they're saying that the two big things coming to that, the two things that people are going to care about a lot, I think, are the raid, Atomgrad, the first one, and we've got a lot of information about that, and then also Shipment. So Shipment is coming to the game, and they even acknowledged that get ready to complete the rest of those camo challenges. That's what I'm planning on doing. I leveled up all of the guns, but then I didn't complete all the gold and platinum challenges because I figured I'll just do it when Shipment comes out. So that's what I'll be doing. But let's get on with the raid. The raid is the really interesting thing, the thing that I'm super excited about. I think a lot of my streaming content next week and into the weeks beyond is going to be about this raid, and it sounds like they've got some awesome stuff for us. So in terms of story, it says we're in Urzikstan. On the trail of their missing team, Price, Farah and Gaz make a grim discovery in an underground bunker. Continuing from the events of Modern Warfare 2 campaign, the first special ops raid is something that will take, in the words of the captain himself, violence and timing. Those who successfully complete this raid will unlock a familiar face as a brand new operator to use in multiplayer and special ops, as well as in Warzone 2. It will also unlock a harder difficulty playlist that will test even veteran operators. So it sounds like you've got a normal mode raid, so kind of everyone can experience the story, I guess, then a hard mode version of it. That's super exciting. I love it when Destiny do stuff like this. They have like the normal version of the raid, then a harder version of it. I think it's a super good idea. It's something that Zombies kind of played with a bit with the sort of extra difficult quests in World War II, but they never went back to. And I always thought they should have had something where everyone can do, so everyone can experience the story, and then have a hard mode for people that are super into it. It says you can expect to find plenty of intel that awards additional cosmetic items, so that sounds like there'll be secret collectibles to find, in addition to some intriguing data it provides about the Modern Warfare 2 universe. So that sounds super exciting. Obviously, if we find the intel, I'll be making guides and stuff like that on how to find the intel, where it is, and what it tells us about the Modern Warfare 2 universe. Can't wait for that. So preparing for the raid. Really interesting thing here that I hadn't heard anything about. Accessing a raid requires a raid key, which can be earned through the following methods. You can complete a specific daily challenge in multiplayer or Spec Ops, and bear in mind some of the daily challenges are quite easy. I'm not sure if they're going to add a harder one, but like I had one today in Spec Ops that was like get 15 kills with a pistol. That's really easy. Place within the top 20 in any Warzone 2 Battle Royale playlist. That's pretty easy. Getting in the top 20 isn't too hard, especially if you're playing quads, because there's not actually that many teams of 4 that can fit into a Battle Royale game, so that shouldn't be too hard to do. And in DMZ, use the final extract helicopter with at least $30,000 in cash. That one's a tiny bit trickier, I'd say, because you've got to get to the final extract helicopter, where a lot of the time, I'd say about half the time we've gone for that, we've had to fight at least one other team, and $30,000 in cash means, you know, you have to do a little bit of scrounging around before then. That's not a huge amount of money in DMZ, but getting the final extract helicopter is a bit tougher. So it seems like we're going to have to do this before we start the raid. So I imagine what I'll do when I go live is just check to see what that specific daily challenge is, see whether it's something that can be completed quickly, and then if it is, do that to get into the raid quickly, or place within the top 20 in any Warzone 2 Battle Royale playlist. I'll be with a trio for the raid anyway. We'll just hop into trios and try to get into the top 20. It says once a raid key is earned, that player and whatever squad mates they choose to bring in can access the raid for a full week. So you don't need to do this like every time you want to do a raid. It's just every week, once a week, you need to make sure one person on your team has done one of those things. So completed the daily challenge, got the top 20 in a Warzone 2 Battle Royale playlist, or used the final extract helicopter with $30,000 in cash. As long as you've done that once in the week, then your entire team will be able to get in. So it seems weird that they've put this little barrier in. It means that there's going to be a frantic rush at the very, very beginning of the raid coming out before people can get into it, which is going to be kind of interesting. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult. So it says there's only one mandatory requirement for raid access, the raid key, but they have a couple of additional tips prior to infiltration. So first of all, warm up with special ops mission. So it's just saying get used to how the special ops kits work. I'm actually going to make a video about that tomorrow. So if you want to see how to prepare for the raid, check my channel tomorrow and I'll have a video on how you can level up all of the kits. That's the second one, tier up those kits, and just how some of the special ops kits work, because they have different mechanics to anything else in the game. It's completely different, so it's kind of interesting. Anyway, going away from the raid, we've got Shipment. So Shipment's arriving in multiplayer. It's a little bit different in this. It's on a cargo ship taking on water in a storm-ridden part of the Atlantic Ocean. A new shipment is ready to bring back chaos. It says there that you could work around and off the map's boundaries, which was possible in previous versions. You can't do that anymore because the edge of the map is the sea, basically, apparently. Expect this map to be in feature playlists throughout the rest of Season 1, so if you're just grinding stuff, I'm guessing there's going to be kind of a Shipment 24/7 playlist. There's also going to be Holiday Shipment available. So from December 21st up to January 4th, there's going to be like a Christmas version of it. So just like they did for Vanguard, they did the exact same thing, Christmas version of Shipment. But it does say there's no mythological creatures, so no Krampus this time, no elves or anything. The only threats here are your fellow operators looking to get camos that shine brighter than tinsel. So just a visual thing, I think. Then what's coming to Warzone 2? So first of all, Building 21, and this is obviously something that's super interesting to me. It's going to be kind of difficult focusing on raids when I know this is in Warzone, and this is going to be something to look at. If we have to go into Warzone to unlock raids, this is probably what we're going to be looking at. It says Building 21, find a way into this restricted, redacted, and redacted. Sounds like an Easter egg. Sounds like we're getting an Easter egg as soon as this all goes live, which is super exciting. I'm a little bit annoyed that it's coming at the same time as the raid, because I'm guessing someone will work this out while we're doing the raid, because I really want to go into the raid first. But it's kind of interesting that it's there. At least we're getting something. Then the Warzone Cup Mini Royale is available for a limited time. It says get those squad goals in on a virtual pitch, or feel the intensity of a more condensed battle royale in these limited time playlist offerings. So we'll get to that bit in a second. So Building 21 says new keys have appeared in Al Mazrah, but where do they lead? Its location is classified, its benefactors are unknown, but one thing is for certain about the clandestine biological laboratory codenamed Building 21. Only the strongest operators may survive, let alone access one of the deadliest areas of DMZ. Players will need Redacted to access Redacted. So this is something that sounds like it's going to be on the DMZ playlists rather than on the Warzone playlists, but it's something where it's going to be a challenge, going to be some really tough AI in there. But if you manage to complete it, you get high tier contraband found throughout the building, especially in safes and special areas that require keycard access. What other secrets await you in this facility? So I wouldn't be surprised to see us get something like, you know, a new weapon blueprint, something like that. This looks absolutely awesome. The screenshot isn't giving much away. I'm kind of getting Control vibes from this, which is very, very cool. But yeah, super excited about this. Can't wait to get involved in it. As soon as we finish the raids, this will be the next thing we'll be focusing on, I guess. Then we've got limited time playlists, the Warzone Cup thing I was talking about. This is super bizarre. Following the Modern Warfare FC supporter team feature and the release of 3 limited time operator bundles, Season 1 Reloaded will complete the hat trick of football festivities or soccer special features with the Warzone Cup. So it brings 2 teams of 3 operators to the Al Izma field, home of one of the league rivals to Al Mazrah's football club. Here they have special ATVs with a pulse ability to push a massive football into the other team's goal. So this is Rocket League, isn't it? This is just Rocket League on ATVs in a massive stadium that looks a little bit like the Verdansk Stadium. It looks kind of like, I mean, obviously it's a bit more complete, but it's interesting that this is a whole new area. I don't think we've seen this at all before. It says there that you can collect and toss shock sticks to stall your opponents or boost for enemy vehicles to ram them out of the way. First team to score 5 goals wins the game, or whoever scored the most at the end of 5 minutes. You can play it as any operators, including obviously the football players. So that's kind of bizarre that we're getting this Rocket League mode in it, but I'm all for them trying and experimenting with new stuff. I'll give it a go. I probably won't stick around with it for ages, but it's kind of interesting to see what they're doing. And I'm kind of interested with this whole new stadium map as well. That's kind of cool. Anyway, we've also got the return of Mini Royale. So you've got the smaller version of Battle Royale where the games obviously take a lot less time, which is really cool. And it's going to take place in a compact safe zone in Al Mazrah right from the drop. I quite like the Mini Royale. I think it's kind of a fun thing to do. So I'll definitely be having a go at that. Then it says the general overview. I love this skin, by the way. Can't wait to get this. Gaz and Klaus are coming to town. So Gaz and Living Legend and Klaus are set to bolster the operator thing. We'll get to that in a bit. There's a new Chimera weapon, and it says don't just squad up, group up, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So you've got Gaz as an operator that's coming. I mean, I'm not going to read all of that, but to unlock him you have to complete the raid to unlock him, which is kind of interesting. So like with the M13, you have to complete the sort of chemist challenge, killing the chemist and then extracting with his gun to unlock the M13, or just getting it off a friend obviously. To do this one you're going to have to complete the raid if you want the Gaz skin, which is kind of interesting. You can also purchase the bundle by the looks of it, if you want to do that. So you can get the aquatic skin, and if you complete the raid and purchase the bundle, you get an extra skin. Then you've also got Klaus, and I mean this skin looks absolutely awesome. It says there he's got natural night vision, which is very, very strange, and to unlock him it's just going to be a bundle. You're just going to have to buy him, but I mean it looks pretty cool, so I might pick up that one. Then for the new weapon, the Chimera, sorry, it's part of the Bruin Ops platform apparently, and it says it's a formidable primary weapon for stealth engagements. It's got an integrated suppressor and slow rounds. Apparently it's good for close quarters combat. How to unlock, it's a weapon challenge apparently. I don't think it actually says what you have to do for the weapon challenge, but you can buy it as a store bundle if you want. And then they talk about some of the other bundles and stuff like that you can buy. I don't think any of them are that exciting. But then we've got the new social feature, groups, which is kind of cool. So it says whether you're wanting to make new friends or find squad mates for DMZ and special ops missions, raids, the new group social feature launched as part of this update can help you make the connections. So it allows you to find or create communities of fellow Call of Duty players up to 5,000 in a single group based on similar interests. Of course, we'll be making a group. There will be a Geeky Pastimes group, so you can search for that, you can join that, and we'll, focus on people who want to get Easter eggs done, people who want to complete the raid, all of that kind of stuff, people who want to go into that new building in DMZ. That's what we'll be focused on. So if you want to join it, make sure you search for that. And then you can do lots of settings of kind of what your group's going to be like. So that's pretty cool. It's a little bit like the clan system, but I think they're moving away from the competitive sounding side of clans maybe for that. Then they've also talked about combat records, which I know lots of people are cared about. It says the combat records will come alive with Season 1 Reloaded. So we'll start getting the Warzone 2 statistics. But interestingly, and I think this is kind of cool for me because I've just been messing around a lot, the statistics will only count from the activation date. So if you've already got some amazing statistics, sorry, you've lost them. If you've been wandering around the map looking for Easter eggs and getting killed a bunch, like me, then doesn't matter, your statistics are not going to count from then, so it's only going to matter from December 14th onwards. That's when your stats are going to start mattering. That's when you're going to have to start worrying about your kill death ratio if you're one of those people that worries about them, and I kind of find it hard not to. Then it says out of combat, there's some stuff about the Call of Duty League, all of that kind of stuff. You can be a co-streamer for the CDL watch party if you want to do that, and then there's some Call of Duty gear. There's some stuff going on with the endowment. The Call of Duty Endowment Bowl is happening again, and then I think that's about it. Yeah, that's the Gear Fest stuff. That's not too interesting. It also talks about the idea that if you own Modern Warfare 2, you get some extra stuff in Warzone 2. So that's pretty good. So that is absolutely everything. I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please leave a comment, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turn your notifications on. All of that stuff does help me out a bunch, and I can't wait to get started on the raid on Atomgrad, not quite sure how to say that, and looking at this new location in DMZ. Both those things are super exciting to me. I absolutely can't wait, and I'll be streaming it right here on YouTube. So see you then. Goodbye.